Hello everyone, welcome along to episode 4 of the Traxion My Team Career Mode on F1 2020. My name is Alex Gillon and today we've got the Canadian Grand Prix, of course, a race that we've not been able to have for the last couple of years. COVID has put pay to that. Great circuit though, I really enjoy it, so hopefully we can have a good race today. Now, hopefully you've seen the previous 3 episodes. You can leave a few seconds now to click off the video quickly, panic, close your phone, throw it out the window, whatever, because here are the standings, and we're leading the standings still. We've still only got the 7th or 8th quickest car, and somehow we're still leading. We're leading by 18 points as well. It's not a small lead. And to Sergio Perez, I've honestly never seen a start to a season quite like this one. But hey, we're not going to complain. Leading the Drivers' Championship, only 2 points back from the Constructors' Championship. Again, it's Racing Point that's leading that. Normally, Mercedes are pretty dominant in the 20s, certainly in the start of the 2020 career mode, whatever you do it in. Mercedes have got the best car, but for some reason they're having a bit of a struggle at the start of this season. So anyway, we're not going to complain. On to then the financials of the start of the season. So we've been able to sign a brand new sponsor. The target for that is to get within the top 10, so putting a bit of a pressure on us to continue scoring points. But obviously, as the start of the season's gone so far, we've had 2 wins in a row now. We're hoping to be able to achieve a top 10 at least, although more wins I think would be stretching it just a little bit. We've also been able to buy a couple of HQ upgrades, so for both the chassis and for the durability departments, we've been able to buy the resource point generation. So that enables us to get, I think it's an extra 40 or so resource points per week. So that enables us to continue developing the car faster and faster. Onto the resource points then. So in the previous race, we managed to buy both a drag update and a rear downforce update, both of which have been successful and will be on the car for this race. Also in the last video, we bought a minor engine power update, which has also been successful, will be on the car for this race. We also bought in this, or before this race, ready for the next race, because they won't be ready in time. We managed to buy a minor weight reduction update and also a minor engine power update. Hopefully they'll both be on the car for the next race. Of course, they could fail like any update can. They've all got a percentage chance of being successful or failing. And that is where we are then for the current performance levels. You can see last race we didn't actually have any updates, although we did manage to win it. This one we have had those 3 minor updates. It's put us just ahead of Renault. However, we are apparently behind McLaren. But as far as I can tell from that graph, there isn't a gap. We've all just got the same performance. But hey, we've probably even gained on Mercedes, I would say, a small amount, although all those top teams have also had a little update. AlphaTauri as well, having some really nice updates on the car. So technically the 7th fastest team, although we're right in there between the 6th and the 8th fastest teams. Let's get into quality then for the Canadian Grand Prix. Here we go then, the start of our qualifying lap for the Canadian Grand Prix. A little bit cloudy overhead, but we're not going to worry about that. It's not going to rain for this 1 lap session. Nice corner there, actually. Technically a corner cut, but we somehow get away with it. The game allows it. Getting also down nicely, trying to have a nice cautious exit. It's very easy to get wheel spin in this car. It's obviously not got a huge amount of grip at the moment. Actually, briefly in P1 through that chicane. A little bit of touch on the wall on the exit, but we get away with that one. Still in P2, back down to P3 now. Hard braking, trying to just be on the curb. A little bit of an inside lock, but we get away with that one using all the curb and a little bit more. Trying to get the traction. You see there, the Mercedes just pull away from us in the traction zones. They've got more power than us and also just more grip, more traction, more of everything. Around about P5 down that last street. Really nice chicane there though, right on the edge of the track limits, right where we want to be, using as much of the curves as we can. Down to P5 once again, coming into the hairpin, trying to get it all slowed down. A little bit of inside lock, a tiny bit deep. We're trying to get a good exit, couple of stabs at the exit turn, I'm going to call it. P4 at the moment as we come down the long back straight. 1 more chicane to go. P4 will be amazing in quality. Don't forget we've only got the 7th fastest car. Up to P3 even. We've got some good straight line speed with our setup here. And braking half between the 100 metre boards and the 50 metre boards. All over the curbs. Get a decent enough exit. Open DRS. Can we take P3 as we run to the line? We can indeed. We take another P3. Again, 7th fastest car. We just put it 3rd on the grid once again. Canadian Grand Prix able to take a lot of curbs. Clearly having some good form around here. Half a second off Mercedes though. I don't think we can win this one. I mean, podium would be unbelievable. I think that's going to be our target moving into the race. Our teammate, yeah, way down there a little bit. Not surprising. He's always going to struggle to match us. The F2 drivers that you sign for the My Team Career Mode are never quite up to scratch, really, with even F1 drivers in this particular game. But anyway, then, let's get into the race. Let's go on board with live Alex for the setup, strategy, and then, of course, the race itself. Here we go, then. Actually sitting P2 on the grid after a penalty, a 10-place grid penalty for Valtteri Bottas, probably for engine changes, it normally is. However, P2 on the grid, front row of the grid. I cannot believe how we keep outperforming this traction car at the moment. We're still in the 7th best car, yet somehow we're still up there. A podium would be epic today. Let's see what we can do. But first of all, let's get into the strategy. The game's that's suggesting either a 2-stop or a 3-stop. Interestingly, I wonder if we could perhaps get away with, of course we have to start on a tyre we qualified on, but I wonder if we could get away with perhaps going for a 1-stop. Could we? Probably. We could probably get away with a soft to hard 1-stop. So let's see how the strategy goes for now. I think, how do I reset it? I was going to, there you go, that's what it's suggesting for us. I think we'll stick with that for now. If the tyre wear's a bit lighter than I expect, then I will go, instead of going for a medium, I will go for a hard on lap maybe 12. And then we'll see how we get on. Fuel-wise, I want a bit of fuel to play with this race. We're going to be doing a lot of battling. And if we do manage to get ahead of that Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton into turn 1, we're going to need to defend quite a lot, and it is very much a power circuit. So I think I'm just going to leave it default for fuel. 1.3 laps spare of fuel. Setup-wise is the word I'm looking for. Pretty standard, really, what I normally run with. 2.6, 50, 55. I'll flick through it so you can pause the video and copy the setup if you want, but it's a pretty standard, kind of more safe version of a top tram trial setup. Anyway, then, here we go. Let's get this race underway. Lewis Hamilton to our left, Perez to our left and behind, Verstappen just behind us. Come on, let's have a good start here. Oh, a lot of wheel spin off the start. I think that's going to pretty much put pay to the chance of getting Hamilton into turn 1, unfortunately. A lot of wheel spin there. This car still suffers with traction. As I said, it is only the 7th best car, and it does feel it in certain situations like that one just there. And I suspect now Hamilton is just going to run away with this race. There's not a lot we can do that. I said at the start of the race, podium is the goal, and that is absolutely the goal. You never know, though. We may get a safety car. Hamilton may have a mechanical or something. So let's just try and stick with him for now and see what we can do. And just keep a nice little gap to the field. Perez behind, of course. Got the Mercedes engine. So he is going to be pretty quick in the straight line. They're pretty good as well, I think, on drag. So already 1.4 seconds back from Lewis Hamilton. Let's just stay on board for the first couple of straights here. Bit deep. I keep going deep there. These brakes are not good. I need to get some brake updates on the car. Really always struggle to get this car stopped. No ERS updates yet either, so we're just running with the standard stock ERS. So we need to try and conserve that as much as we can in order to keep the gap to Perez. But at the moment, our drag reduction updates are doing wonders. Look at that. He's nowhere near us in this straight. Almost outbraked myself there. He's nowhere near us in the straight. I think our drag reduction updates could well save us here. Only 1.5 to Hamilton. He's not walking away from us. He's not running away from us, I should say. So let's see if we can stick with him. You never know what will happen. So first DRS there in the race. 1.8 seconds to Perez. We seem to have the pace to put away from him, but slower than Hamilton. This could end up being a lonely race with P2, which honestly I wouldn't mind. We're in the 7th fastest car, don't forget. A podium would be an unbelievable result. I'm not going to complain for now. I'm just going to keep my head down and see if we can stay in this position. As I said, you never know what happened with the car ahead. They could all go for 2 stops. I might end up on a 1-stop. Let's see how this plays out. We actually gained on Hamilton by a 10th that last lap, and my engineer also just told me he thinks Hamilton's on a 3-stop. He thinks he's on a 3-stop. That was one of the options in our strategy, but it seemed silly. It seemed insane to try and do a 3-stop. So do we roll with that? Do we roll with a 2-stop? Do we go to a 1-stop? Trying to figure this out at the moment while also conserving my tyres in case we do decide to stay out. Putting a nice gap to Perez behind, who, by the way, is holding Verstappen up. I suspect Verstappen would have better pace than Perez, so quite happy for Perez to sit there for now. But let's just try and keep up the pace and look after the tyres for now while we try and figure out the strategy in the background. Hamilton boxes. Hamilton's actually gone into the pit box there. That to me says he probably is on a 3-stop. That is quite early. Our pit window opens this lap, as you can see there. Engineer's telling me to box here, but what I don't want to do is box into traffic. We've not got a huge gap. We'll see where Hamilton comes out on track and decide from there, but that is an early pit stop, I feel, from Hamilton. Yes, most other people have not come in. That is an early pit stop for sure. Is he going through a free stop? Is he going to have that kind of pace? Are we going to be able to get past him and end up winning this race? Surely not. In the 7th fastest car, I don't believe we can win another race. Surely not. Starting to struggle slightly for rear tyres, as you can see there. Hamilton has come back out in horrible traffic. We're not even going to consider boxing at the moment. He's right in the middle of it there. No way. We'll be slower. We'll be slower. We're going to stay out. Did we go for a 1-stop? For now, though, tyres are okay. The rears are starting to get a little bit worn. I'll show you them just after this corner here. Oh, a little bit deep. Too busy trying to talk into a braking zone. Never a good decision. Whoa, and again, just trying to think about the tyre wear. There we go, 48% now on the rear left, so a little bit more worn on the rear. But not too bad. We're going to stay out for now for short. We don't want to be in all that traffic that Hamilton's just boxed into. Okay, now really starting to struggle with the rears. Hamilton is stuck up behind a Renault of some kind, but he's not far back. I think most people are going to go for a 2-stop. I'm not going to risk a 1-stop in this race. I don't think I need to. Hamilton currently in 6th place. I am going to box this lap. For a set of mediums. We aren't going to risk a 1-stop. I don't think there's any point. I think at the moment, Hamilton has just managed to squeeze past the Renault somewhere in the middle of the lap. Maybe we'll come out ahead of Hamilton here. Surely not. I can't see it happening, but maybe. Maybe. We're going to burn a lot of our ERS. Coming to the pit box now. Going to take some brand new mediums. Where's the line? There it is. Not a bad pit entry there. The rears were starting to get a bit too worn for me. Surely we can't come out ahead of Hamilton. I think he's going to be miles ahead of us. He was in traffic for a lot of that. I'm surprised he's going to be so far ahead of us, but he is. He's on the softs. He's definitely going for a 3-stop. Hamilton going for a 3-stop, but he's going to be miles ahead of us. He must have got through that traffic quite well. He's on a 3-stop then, for sure. We've got no traffic, so that was definitely the right decision for us. Let's just try and have a good race now. We need to just do a race time that's within 20 seconds of Hamilton's race time. Kvyat's still out there on the softs he started on. We're going to have to try and get past him as soon as possible. But Hamilton, soft tyres, he's going to be quicker than us. If we can do within 20 seconds though of what the sort of time he's going to do, perhaps we'll get more traffic as well next stint. We could be in with a real shot at this win. Let's try for the alternative strategy here. Well, it's a standard strategy. Actually, Hamilton's gone for the alternative. I'm not going to go past Kvyat just now. Just going to wait till the next zone. This is not a short or not a long. Oh, very, very close there. Certainly compromised my exit. That is what you worry about in traffic. Kvyat braked pretty early there. He must have some pretty worn tyres. Let's get him into the next DRS zone. Got to slow down a bit better that time. And look at this. He's so slow. We could do without this. Already got 6 seconds to Hamilton. Doesn't matter for now, but it will matter come the end of the race. Just fly past him now. I think he's going to box this lap. So I want to get nice and comfortably past him. There you go. Make sure he doesn't consider doing anything silly into the pit box. Brake a little bit late as well, just to make sure he doesn't somehow hit us. Another dose of DRS. So we have now got almost 6 seconds to Lewis Hamilton. That is quite a big gap. Let's just try and do the best race we can. He's going to have to box twice more. We're boxing just once more. If he gets traffic, that could decide it. Without traffic, this is going to be a close fight now for the lead. 5.5 seconds still to Perez, despite the fact he undercut us. So I feel like I've got good pace against him. Verstappen still behind Perez as well, but also on the soft tyres. Wow, what is happening with strategy in this race? Wow, I gained on Hamilton that last lap by 6 tenths. 6 tenths. His tyres are worn. He's going to have to come in any second now. I'm quicker. We need him to come out behind the cars behind, really. There's a little gaggle there down to about, I don't know, 7th or so. If we can come up behind those, he may get stuck behind the medium runners for a little while. That'll give us a great break to try and run away. We've got some good pace over the cars behind. See 7.5 gap now to Sergio Perez. Verstappen still not able to get past on brand new soft tyres. Will Hamilton box this lap? He does indeed box this lap. He is definitely going through a 3-stop. He's still got one more stop after the one he's making now. We've only got one more stop to go now. So the gap that we're about to see is going to be the gap that we've actually got in this race. Because once he's stopped, then both just got one more stop to make. So he's going to have to make up all this time that we're gaining now while he's in the pit lane slow. Still not on the pit exit. Is he going to come up behind these guys? The pit exit's slightly quicker at Canada. Just trying to concentrate on not getting any warnings through that section. And he is. He's right in there. Is he behind them? You guys will know before me because you can just look wherever you want on the screen. I unfortunately have to look at certain places when I go around corners. And he is indeed behind all of them. He's behind all of them. He's going to be stuck in that traffic. Some of them are on soft tyres. Some of them will be boxing probably this lap. Probably going for the same strategy as him. But some of them, like Perez, Vettel, they're not going to be boxing anytime soon. He's going to get stuck behind them. He's not going to be able to make this strategy work. I think we're on to win this race again. I think we're on for a 3rd win in a row in the 7th fastest car. What is happening? He'll get past the Red Bull he's behind pretty quickly. But he's not going to be able to get through that pack cleanly. Let's just have a quick look before we throw to the next section what tyres he's gone for. He's gone for mediums this time. I think we're in the box seat to win this race again.
Rain in 10 minutes.
Engineer tells me rain in 10 minutes. Are you joking? No, we don't want rain. We're looking great. The rain was not forecast. We're looking great to potentially take the win in this race. A 9-second gap to the cars behind. Nice and comfortable. And then it's going to rain on us. That was not forecast. Don't do this to us. Weather gods, stay away. Lap 18, we're only halfway through this race. We will see that rain for the end. If it is 10 minutes, we'll definitely see it for the end. That is not what I wanted to hear. Oh, God, someone's retiring there. Is that going to be a safety car? Just wait just to see. Daniel Ricciardo is out, and it is a full safety car.
Keep an eye on the delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty.
Full safety car. I think we have to box. I think we box now for mediums. We've been on these mediums for about 10 laps anyway. We can probably get to the end on another set of mediums. Yes, Jeff is telling me to have a new strategy. Yes, indeed, he's saying exactly that. I'm going to box this lap for mediums, effectively a safety stop. It's quite a lot earlier than I planned. But I think it's worth doing that now. They should be able to get to the end on those mediums without too many issues. But that is going to destroy the nice gap I built. Almost a 10-second gap I built. And that's going to now be completely gone because of the safety car. But we are going to have brand new mediums. Hamilton, of course, now that is just his position. That's isolated the race. Although, actually, everyone will probably box. Surely we're going to be out ahead of Hamilton. We better be. I'll be quite upset if we're not. I'll be really quite upset if we're not. Sure, I'll get it stopped in time, which I did indeed. I'm going to go into the pit. Surely we're going to be ahead of Hamilton. But will he be right behind us now? We'll only have slightly fresher tyres. Then is it going to rain? What's happened in this race? Come on. Come on, we need a good stop here. Hamilton might end up coming out ahead of us after all that. I think he's going to, you know. It's going to be a badly timed safety car for us. It's going to be close. But I think he's going to be ahead of us. Hamilton is a lucky, lucky boy. Unless we can maybe sneak past him here, can we? It's going to be close. Oh, I've got in far too hot. I've got in far too hot. You saw what I was trying to do there. I was trying to fly around his outside. That was always a struggle. Bottas as well has got all the way up to P3, would you believe? From, I think, 11th or so on the grid. We maybe could have got Hamilton there, but just couldn't get it stopped. And we are now behind Hamilton. We were looking great for that win. We had a nice big gap. And the safety car has completely ruined that for us. We're now just going to be... It's just neutralised the race. Our laps are only now about 2 laps fresher than Hamilton's or so. Which is nothing. He's quicker than us on the same tyres. It was the strategy that was going to make the difference. And is it going to rain as well, just to add to the misery? Okay, safety car in this lap then. Safety car in this lap. If we can get Hamilton on this restart, we'll be looking good again. Because I think we've got some good straight line speed. I think we can maybe keep him behind, but who knows? He may also still box. Again, we might not. We'll see on that one, but now let's just keep it clean, keep these tyres nice and warm, make sure they're still warm. They are indeed. Right, come on then, Hamilton. Let's have you. Let's have you now. Let's have you. Oh, he's got the jump on us there. That was smart. We got a little bit deep as well. No, we're not going to get on the restart. Not going to get on the restart. That was smart by him. He went just at the right time. Now, can we stick with him now, though? He's got a couple of laps older tyres, but it is literally, I think it's about 2 laps or so. It's not a lot. Can we stick with him? That dark cloud is also looming. I think it is going to rain before the end of this race. Just to add to the spice. Some corners, he's quite a bit quicker than me. That's my first warning of the race. Some corners he's going to be quite a bit quicker than me. Other ones he's going to be quite a bit slower than me. Final sector is very much my sector. But yeah, you see, look, he's just got good pace. It was the strategy that we were going to beat him on, not on raw pace. He's already 1.2 away. Bottas is going to be all over us as well. I can't believe our bad fortune in this race. I suppose that makes up for the good fortune at the start of the season. But still running in the podium places. Still running the podium places, so can't complain too much. What's going to happen with strategy? Are they still going to go for a 2-stop? Is it going to rain just in time to rescue Mercedes' strategy today? Let's find out. Okay, everybody's boxing. Not everybody, but a lot of the guys just boxed, including Bottas. That's because they were on the 3-stop, sorry. So are they just going to box anyway? Is Hamilton going to box this lap? There's a bit of sunshine shining through there. Are they all just going to box and it's not going to make a difference? Because AI do tend to stick to their strategy. Sometimes if a safety car comes out, they will bring forward a pit stop, but they won't drastically alter it normally. So really it was about whether the weather was going to come to Hamilton's rescue and his pit stop was going to be for Inters anyway. Or is he going to box this lap? Put him in some horrible traffic? Is the race going to flip back our way now? Come on, Hamilton, please box. If he does box, that'll be a massive swing in fortune for us, from feeling really unfortunate to feeling really fortunate that actually in the end it's going to benefit us. Is he going to box this lap? Surely not. I mean, obviously it's the wrong decision, but such is the AI strategy. Is he going to box this lap? Is he going to peel in at the end of this straight?
Expect to see some rain.
Oh, I thought he was. I thought he was. 10 to 15 minutes still for the rain. Surely Hamilton's going to stop again at some point, though. That is his strategy. I'm surprised he stayed out. Normally, teammates pit one lap after the other. But that doesn't happen to Hamilton. Is he going to box or is he going to stay out? Hamilton does box. Hamilton boxes. It's about 3 or 4 laps later than I expected, but he does indeed box. Where's he going to come out? Surely back behind traffic once again. I can only imagine the traffic will be worse now after a safety car, although we have pulled a surprisingly big gap in a surprisingly short amount of time. We've got some big pace over the pack today, but he does box for another set of drives, so if it does rain, Hamilton's going to be miles behind, and look at him. He's nowhere. Teammate boxes, he might have been ahead of Hamilton, but it's not to be. Hamilton is going to have a little gap to drive into. Or is he? Is that Alpha? No, I don't think the Alpha's going to get past him. Hamilton is going to have a gap to drive into. So he'll be right on the back of the cars behind me, but then he's not going to get through that pack easily. So he's not going to be able to beat me on track. It'll be the weather that potentially comes to save him, or maybe another safety car. But look at that huge gap. So if I box for dries, he's going to be miles ahead of me because he's got such a big gap to drive into. But hey, it's all about the rain now. I'm leading this race. Okay, Verstappen just got past Perez in that last DRS zone. That could potentially change things for me. I wouldn't have thought it'd be quick enough to close down this gap in this amount of time, but could change things. It could spread the little pack there behind. See, Hamilton's in amongst that now. He's managed to get past the sister Red Bull of Alex Albon. Will that change things? Will Verstappen leading change things? He's already stretching clear of Perez. Is that going to make Hamilton's fight through the pack easier? And maybe if it does rain the last few laps and Hamilton's on much fresher tyres, maybe it will be the upper hand. I still don't know how this race is going to finish. I'm feeling good, just trying to go as fast as I can now, while also saving as much tyres as I can. See, Hamilton's all over the back of the sister Racing Point now. 35% wear on the rears. I should be fine. Just 5 laps to go. Come on. Okay, starting to rain. It's just now started to rain. Surely we're not going to end up on inters for the end of this race. Surely now that's enough. We've only got, what, 3 more laps left. 4 more laps left, actually, including this one. Surely we're not going to end up on inters, but how heavy is this rain going to be? I don't even know, but it has just started to tickle down with rain. Hamilton's still stuck behind Stroll for now, but he's alongside him. You can see Verstappen has pulled clear of the pack, as I suspected. It's all about the rain now, though. It's all about Hamilton's progress through that pack and rain. He's still ahead of Stroll for now, though. Okay, Latifi is out, and VSC has been deployed. That should help me, because Hamilton, this is a good overtaking opportunity for Hamilton down the straight. If you look on the mini-map where he is, they will mean he won't get past for another lap. And we'll just isolate the race for a bit longer, although this is slowing the whole race pace down. We need to get to the end of the race as soon as we can to try and avoid this rain as much as we can. It is still raining. A late VSC, just to add to the drama of this race. What is up with these traction career modes? Always the most dramatic and the most unbelievable results as well. You wouldn't believe them running 110 AI. I even double checked between quality and the race. Virtual safety car is now ending. Make sure we don't get a penalty here. There you go. Lost half a second there, but that's okay. Take it cautious, not too sure how much rain there is now. And indeed, Hamilton wasn't able to get past then. But still a nice, comfortable 8-second gap to the pack. Let's just keep it safe, keep it out of the walls, don't get any penalties. And hope that it doesn't rain too much. Final lap time now. Ride on board with me for the final lap of this Canadian Grand Prix, where we're somehow on to take a 3rd win in a row in a 7th or 8th competitive car. 7th or 8th fastest car. Unbelievable. Hamilton has just managed to sneak past Stroll, but looks at my top left, just so I can see the purple flashing up, which I know is Hamilton. And he has indeed got past Stroll, but surely he's not going to be able to get past Vettel as well before the line. That would hopefully be 5th place for Hamilton. Of course, Mercedes are still our big rivals. I wasn't even considering a championship at the start of the season, but 3 wins in a row to start the season. We're not even going to be leading the constructors, though, because, of course, Mick keeps not scoring any points, but the Racing Point also doing very well. They're going to be 3rd and 6th now. Maybe we'll gain. Maybe we'll gain on them. I don't know what that's going to be. We'll find out after the race, but just 1 more sector to go now, taking it nice and easy. To be honest, the weather hasn't really materialised. It's more visual than anything else. There is definitely less grip, as you can see by the sector time struggling, but it's not that big a difference. It's not a big deal at all. And is Hamilton going to sneak past Vettel as well? I hope not. Again, they have got the fastest car. If we're even going to think about the championship in this season, it's going to be all about what Mercedes do. And at the moment, they've had a big struggle to start the season. How much quicker than the Ferrari, we'll find out in a moment. But let's now cross the line to take the win. 3rd win in a row. Are you joking? 3rd win in a row. In the 7th fastest car. What? I honestly... I don't know. I mean, it's not like we had awful pace. We got completely lucky. We had almost Hamilton's pace, not quite. We had better pace than Perez. Similar pace to Verstappen. Where did Hamilton finish in the end then? There's the podium sequence. Where did Hamilton finish? He did sneak past Vettel there to take 4th place in the end. So, Mick finished in 13th. That's a pretty good result. He's qualified 15th. Not bad at all, considering he was on the 3-stop. Bottas down in 7th. Stroll was down in 6th. So what does that do to the standings then? Well, we're still going to be leading them by 28 points now. We could score 0 points in the next race and still be fine. We've now got 45 points to the nearest Mercedes. This is race 4 of 10 this season, but we're almost at the halfway point of the season, and we're leading it by that much. Honestly, this isn't going to continue. I keep saying this as a disclaimer at the end of every one of these videos. This isn't going to continue. I'm amazed we got 1 win. When we got 2, I was like, that's unbelievable. 3 in a row? What? I'm doing my hardest to develop this car, but winning doesn't give you any more resource points. So we're going to probably end the season with perhaps the 4th fastest car if we're lucky. So we're still an outsider for the championship despite that screen there. Constructors, and we now lead it. We now lead the Constructors' Championship. What? Brand new team in Formula 1, the TraxionGG team, leads the Constructors' Championship after 4 rounds in their first season. Level on points, but of course on countbacks, we've had 3 wins. We beat Racing Point. Mercedes only 6 points back. Clearly Mercedes is going to win the Constructors, but honestly, I've never seen a start to a career mode like this ever. Let alone in my team when we got a really poor car with you know, no facilities or anything. Unbelievable. Mercedes have really dropped the ball. They've easily had the fastest car. They should have started 1st and 2nd. They had a penalty, started 1st and 11th. Hamilton for some reason went for the 3-stop. He still did well, by the way, considering he went for an extra stop than everyone else and still finished 4th. But wow. I am blown away by that race. Well, the disbelief was clear to see then. Having just edited the race, I'm still in a bit of disbelief, to be honest. I think I've got over the shock. But 3 wins in a row. Then the 7th fastest car. Our last 2 wins, we had the 8th fastest car. I'm still baffled. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this one. I'm going to add another disclaimer to the end of this video, as I seem to do at the end of every one of these episodes, in that don't expect this to continue. I realise we're on a run of 3 wins in a row. However, that's insane. Honestly, 1 win would have been unbelievable this whole season, let alone 3 in a row out of the first 4 races. I will say, though, the next track is going to be Austria. That is a circuit I do historically go well at against the AI. So, although I've put the disclaimer in there, that would normally be the circuit where I'd expect to have the best result, my best result of the season. Can we get 4 wins in a row? Anyway, guys, do join me for that one. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Keep it pinned, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.